Hello, everyone. Here we are live bringing a topic about boundaries, and I'm going to invite my co host, Kelly. There, I've sent her the invite.
Hi,
There
Natasha.
you are.
Yeah,
Hi, Kelly.
yeah, I'm good. I'm here. I'm here. Okay, how are
How
you?
are you? I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Nice to
Yeah,
be
we've got
here.
people joining. We've got Aradhya. Hi, Aradhya.
Hi. Good, good.
So, Kelly, very interesting topic, isn't it?
100%. 100%. Yeah. This is
Creating
something. Yeah.
healthy boundaries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So we won't, while people are joining, but we won't keep other people waiting either. So let's start.
Okay, let's start. Hmm.
Yeah. So let's start. What do you define boundaries? What do you understand by the term boundaries?
Yeah. Thank you very much for that question because I have to say I am in still like a baby step. Okay, baby stage. Okay, because of also my cultural background and also my family and who I am, I was people pleaser. So I only started this boundary journey just over a year, I think last year, last July, when I had my first coach. So I have to say my skill in this boundary is not so great. I'm still working on it. But what I feel the boundary for me, it's like invisible veil, very powerful veil that protecting me from harm. That's I feel. And that kind of veil, when I put that veil, I feel I'm more empowered.
Hmm.
I feel I can stand up in uncomfortable situations.
Yes.
So because I've been the always people pleaser, I am always like not intentionally acting, but I think that was like I thought that was I was, yeah. I was that kind
Yes.
of girl, always being nice with everybody, right? I never
Yes.
say no to anybody. But then I realized I reached a point where actually, something is really harming me and I didn't understand why.
Hmm.
So then my journey of this boundary started.
Right. Right.
So this is how, for me, it's like what boundary is for me at this stage. I'm just to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
Yes. And it's beautiful to see. I really love how you said it's a veil that you visualize in your mind, that it's a veil protecting you, and that's the boundary for you.
Mm.
So, what is it protecting? What is it protecting you from?
I think it's protecting from like I said, I never say no. So when you don't say no to people, right? People can do whatever they want, basically, right? They can ask you very difficult things. Oh, can you do these things? All these things. I say yes, yes, yes. So then you realize, okay, you have your limited energy. You have your own time. If you say yes to everything, right? What about my thing, right? I can't really do my thing. So by putting this boundary is actually protecting like my time and my energy, also
Mm,
my like emotional like stability also.
yes.
Yeah, because I realized like when you are okay with anything, then people can say anything, sometimes hurtful thing. Maybe they're not mean to, but maybe they mean, I don't know. I was like, hold on. So I started to say, no, I don't like that. you know so that
Right.
was quite a big thing for me. Like I never really say, like, even I was feeling like that, but it's okay, jokes and stuff like that. No, I don't have to take it seriously. But then what I was doing is actually I was harming myself by let everything's okay, without putting boundaries. So I actually didn't really value myself in that way. Can you see that? I value other people more than
Mm.
myself. So this is like a very like a deep journey, I have to say.
Yeah, yeah. We have, Kelly, we have Jennifer who wants to join us.
Oh,
Hi,
hi.
Jennifer.
Hi. Thank you for
Hi,
coming.
my
Yeah.
friends watching. Hi, Hi,
Wow.
Nazareth. We've
Wow.
got
Wow.
Lucky. Oh, wow, loads of people watching. Let's
Very nice.
accept Jennifer. So, yeah, boundaries
Yeah,
for
tell me.
me.
For you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For
Hi,
me. Hi,
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Mhm.
Hi, I didn't realize I was coming on. Hi, how are you? I was just like putting my makeup on.
Oh, it's because you requested to join, but it's entirely up to you. You want to stay, you want to go out, it's absolutely okay. But if you want to leave, we would just ask you to share your definition of boundary. That's where you are.
Wow, what a great question. I think my definition of boundaries today, because I think it for me it has changed as I age, but is really checking in with myself and knowing my limits, knowing what I like and what I don't like, how I want to be respected and treated. And with all those things helps me, I think, put boundaries up for myself.
Mm. Yes.
What
Very
about
nice.
you?
Yes, for me, I would say in one sentence, for me, boundary is protecting my energy. That's how I see it. That I need my energy to do XYZ. There's so many responsibilities we carry throughout the day as a mother, as a wife, as a friend, as a co-worker, so many different roles we have to play. And we need energy to do that.
Yeah.
So for
Yeah.
me, it's protecting my energy. And if we just see in simple terms, I would give an example. It's like I'd ask the audience, what do when someone says boundary, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? To me, it's like, when people put fences around their houses or they have walls, they build walls around their house. Why do they do that? It's to protect what is precious to them, something that is precious. So we build these walls, we build these fences. And that's exactly what we do to ourselves. We are protecting what is precious to us. So that's how I see it as boundaries, protecting what is precious to me.
Mhm.
And if someone is
Beautiful.
listening out there that doesn't even know how to start to have boundaries, what do you both ladies suggest?
Yeah. Kelly, do you want to go first?
Yeah, that
I
was
would.
I was just explaining about because I started this journey last year. So I didn't have any boundary at all. I didn't know how to protect myself. I mean, the beginning, I mean, I didn't think I need to protect anything, right? Because I trust everything, so everything's all right in one sense. But then I realized I was like a burnout by really doing everything for others. And I say, hey, something's wrong here. That's how I started doing that. So I think first I have to say like awareness of what is really happening.
Mm.
Something's wrong here. So I ask myself, what's going on? And then you can take a, you know, different process, right? Different things. I don't know, maybe you can talk with your friend or if there's a coach or you can read a book, you know, like that or watch things. But first, I have to say, like a self-awareness. You were just aware, oh, something is not okay. What
Yeah.
about Natasha? What do you think about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. I would say the same. You know, this is very, it depends on individuals, I would think.
Yeah.
Because if there are people who like, you know, you like to serve, you like to give, you like to do. So it's okay to do that. It doesn't mean that you don't do that. You do it.
Mm.
But you know when you want to create boundaries is when you're feeling, when you have these feelings of resentment, when you have said yes to something, but then inside you feeling like you feeling tired, you feeling like why? Like you question yourself, why?
Mm.
Or if you're feeling angry, you said yes to something, but after that, like after a while, you did it, but then you're not feeling okay. You're feeling angry, and that's when you know that okay, this is when I need to create boundaries because something within me is not happy. I'm not happy doing this.
Yeah.
And for me, how I see creating boundaries is for me as well, same as Kelly, it has been a journey. I have been a big people pleaser as well. From the background that I come, it's very common to be brought up, to be conditioned to be a people pleaser. So everything was yes, 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 just so that you can avoid conflict or
Yeah.
you can just pleasing people so that that person is always happy with what you're doing, or you feel nice when you get validation.
Mm.
It gives like a boost of, oh wow, you know, people are saying nice things about me, but at the cost of what?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
Kelly, can I ask you what advice would you give someone who is trying to have some boundaries with themselves, right? And I'm
Mm.
sure their friends and family are not used to the new version, right? Of
Mm.
let's just say me wanting to have boundaries. What
Mm.
advice would you give someone?
Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. So that was quite fresh in my memory because I just started last year, right? So I think first what I did was okay, I'm feeling like a burnout. I need regain more energy. Okay, so I have to take care of myself. I started to love myself more, and I listen to myself really what I want to do. And you said, Jennifer, also what I don't want to do, right? This limit yourself. That's really resonated with me. So my journey again, this was to be honest with yourself. So that's how I really, my need to be honest with myself is that came because if you really examine yourself, you realize that actually I wasn't 100% honest with myself because my priority were pleasing other people. Don't make any conflict, right? So be nice with everybody. And although, yes, this is my nature to serve other people. That's always like that. That is, I'm not denying that. But then, like Natasha, you said, I reached a limit because I wasn't giving myself love and care that I needed, like anybody else, right? So definitely start with yourself. Just really be honest with yourself and look at your life and how you feel and your emotions. That and just be curious why you're feeling like that and what the situation makes you feel like that. It's kind of a little like a psychologist or scientist. Just be curious about how you feel, right?
Yeah.
What situation, what kind of people you meet and you feel like that, what triggers you, right? But most important thing is don't judge. Because if you judge, then everything just, it's no meaning really. Because just to be curious, right? And always be kind. Put to be kind first. and then be curious, I would say. How about you,
Yes.
Jennifer?
I'm just quickly going to acknowledge all the people watching us. Oh, there are so many people on here. Hi, Guman. Hi, Yukiko. Alex. Kunal. Nidhi. Christina. Hi, Shelley. There's Radio Ra. Oh, that could be just an IG name. And we've got Lewis. Hello, everyone. Please tell us, is this resonating with you guys? Is it making any sense? Are we making any sense what we're talking about? And please share your ideas, your views on it as well. It's a conversation, it's a discussion. So we would love to hear from you guys.
Yes, about the boundaries, right? Yeah. So Jennifer, do you want to say something about this?
Yeah.
What's the first step to help yourself to set the boundaries?
Well, I think you said it, it's having the awareness and even Googling what is boundary, you know, and maybe if we might have to think of people we know, or maybe people we look up, like possibly we didn't come from a family, right? So I say the awareness and about what how would you want to be treated?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Very nice.
And
Yeah.
would you say, Natasha, that reason that's something
You're
that
breaking a bit, Jennifer.
Yeah.
how about now? Is that better?
It's a little bit better, yes.
A little bit. Would you say now that like your boundary is one of your core values? Did you find that the people in your life changed?
I couldn't get that. Sorry, Natasha, can you repeat?
So what I understand is what you're saying is by creating boundaries, relationships have changed.
Yeah, I'm asking, did you find that?
Yes, we've got our audience who resonate with us. They are saying yes. I'm a people pleaser as well, and then get frustrated. Yes, and yes. So for me, first of all, I think in order to be able to create boundaries, maybe we should discuss some of the struggles, how people struggle. What are their struggles? And some of the example I would give is I would give my own example. So when I used to be a people pleaser and I had no boundaries, that's when, say for example, if my husband came and said, oh, could you do this for me? Me as a good wife, I'd be like, oh, as a wife, I have to do this, right? I'll put all my things aside and attend to that first. And then when my things are not done, I start to feel frustrated. And then I go into this mode where I'm feeling, oh, he doesn't care about me. He knows I've got so much to do, but he still gives me more to do. And it's like, these talks. And then now that I have boundaries in place, it's so simple because now when he says something, he doesn't mean anything malicious. He doesn't mean not to care. All he said is, could you do this up for me? And I'd be like, yes, do you need it now? And he'd be like, no, whenever. I don't need it now, but I'm just saying, if you could help me with this, it would be great. And I'm like, yeah, today I'm busy, but definitely I can do it on Wednesday, or I can do it on Thursday. And he's like, yeah, that's great. And it's something so simple. Instead of going into all that, talks and feeling bad and feeling sad and thinking that someone's taking advantage of us, it was just a simple communication, a clear communication. And I even remember at work, oh my God, I would be the only person and I will have this much pile of work on my desk. And everyone else is fine. And that's what made me think, I'm like, and I would joke about it, right? I would have a customer come in and they would see my desk with so much work. And I would joke about it. I'm like, oh, yes, I'm the only person in this place who does lots of work. But then that started that was like a reflection for me, isn't it? Why is it just me with so much work on my desk? I would take on, people would be like, oh, you're so good at doing this. Oh, you are brilliant at this. Can you do this for me? Can you see that boost of, I would get external validation thinking that, oh, I'm so good at this. That's why people are giving me more to do. Oh, they're not that good. I can do it. Yeah, give it to me. I'll do it for you. Give it to me. I'll do it for you. And that's when one day it was like, no, I'm getting drained. I cannot finish these jobs and it's not even mine. And it was as simple as saying no. Then when they would come to me and say, oh, Natasha, you are so good at sorting this out. Can you do this for me? And I'd be like, no, not today. I've got my own list to be done. When I finish it, sure, I can show you how this is done. I would love to help you. That's what I would do. I wouldn't say no, because some people think saying no is mean. And they're scared of saying no. They think that, oh, if we say no to someone, it's rude. What I would do is I would be like, oh, yeah, sure. I'll show you how this is done. And then, but I have my things to do. And I would empower them. I would show them that they are capable of doing it. And I would let them do it. And I'm free. And honestly, my desk was clear then. I didn't have many stuff on my desk. What do you guys think about it?
Jennifer, do you have anything to say first?
I'm just thinking that feeling must have been so empowering when you were able to stand up for yourself.
Yes.
It's a good feeling.
It's a very good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
What
true.
would you guys say are some of the obstacles? Why would, say if somebody wants to, okay, someone is watching this and they think that, oh, okay, yes, I want to build boundaries. But what could be some of the obstacles that come in their way?
There are lots. From my experience, like a lot. Because probably, what you're asking is probably the people who never done this before, right? Anything, if you want to do the first time, right? Maybe you make a mistake or you're not sure, you're fearful, right? All these things comes. But again, back to I was talking, you have to empower yourself first. You have to fill your cup first. So when you are more sure of yourself, why you're feeling like this, and why the reason that you want to take this action, right, to set a boundary, because there's a good reason. If you are convinced yourself and this is good enough to do it, so like you empower yourself and be sure of this is a way to go forward, right? Then you take action. And I would say, don't go to the highest. There's a different level of things. You're saying yes, saying no to like a complete stranger, or saying no to your mom and dad or your spouse is completely different, right? So I would say just start with start to say no to like random people, like easy ones. It's okay. No, like consequences. Let's say, right? So start saying no. Even little things. Or even not today, like Natasha said, not today, but how about the Sunday? So it's not like a hurting feeling, but try it out. And how do you feel? Right? And how the relationship dynamics shift as well, you will see. And I'm back to Jennifer's question. So if I change the relationship with different people, and yes, I have to be honest with yourself, with myself, that I cut off many, many people, unfortunately, because I would just started to stand up. So I would transform in completely different person compared to before. I say yes, 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 yes. Anytime you can call me, anytime I'm there for you, right? Like a superwoman. I can fly to your house, right? And I say, no, I'm very busy with my work, very busy with my study. Sorry, I cannot do that. Then I will get like disappointed. The face and the energy shifted, upset. Ooh. So again, I was feeling bad about myself. So this is a process, okay? But this is normal. Whatever you're feeling is normal, but you just have to go step by step and make sure you're always giving yourself whatever you need. Self-love, self-care. So that's actually your strength to set the healthy boundaries. That's what I think. What do you think, Jennifer?
I love that, Kelly. I think that is such great advice. And I love that you suggested practicing, like even the people we don't know, because the more we do it, it will not be so foreign anymore. And we'll have more confidence when it's a family member or a really close friend. So even role playing, having a friend and just practicing, because sometimes it's hard to say no, especially because you always want to be there for that person. But the one thing that I've learned that is hinders this is not knowing my own limitations. Like thinking that I could do it, like I could go and help this person. But now I check in myself. Well, did I take care of all my necessary needs? Am I like filling up my cup so I could give it to someone else? I know, Natasha, you said that to me, and I always think about that now. Every time I like go do something, I think about my teacup. Is it full? Did I fill my own teacup before I could give to someone else? And I think once you realize that, I don't feel guilty anymore. It feels so freeing.
Yes.
Oh, so freeing.
Yes.
Beautiful.
We've got Shelley saying, I think that we expect others to be considerate and know, but that is a faulty logic. It's our job to set boundaries and guard and regulate our own energy. Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, we've got Whale joined. Hello, Whale.
Wow.
Well, I'm going to let you ladies continue. I'm so sorry I popped on. I didn't even realize I did. But I'm going to continue listening to the conversation, and you're both wonderful. It's such an important topic for everyone.
Thank
you. Thank you for joining us. It was such a pleasure to have you, and thank you for adding value to this live.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, so we were talking about obstacles. So you are right, and I love what you said. It's about, and what Jennifer said as well, it's about filling our own cup. And that is so true. Because if we are running on an empty cup, or it's like, it's energy, isn't it? So it's like if we think of a mobile phone on a low battery, and you are not charging it, what do you expect out of that phone? It's gonna be dead.
It's gonna be dead in a minute.
Yes.
Yeah, you can do so much. You cannot do so much scroll or taking video or live. You cannot do that, right?
Exactly. And again, it's The obstacles, as you said, yes, it could be obstacle. A lot of people think that setting boundaries can be very mean. They will be considered as mean, as rude, or there's a fear of rejection.
Yeah.
People think that by saying no, I will be rejected.
Yeah.
Or there's a fear of abandonment as well.
Yeah.
Or trying to avoid any conflict. These things. But the way we can overcome this is to know that creating boundaries and saying no is not mean. You can say yes to someone, but if in your heart and in your mind you're having resentment, that person would feel it. So that's more mean, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're saying yes with resentment in your heart. Or you can say no with love and kindness in your heart.
Yeah.
That will shine through. They will connect with your feeling. That other person will connect because they know that you said no, but they know that you said it with kindness.
Yeah.
And with love. So you don't have to be rude to say no.
That's true. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But I think that also comes to practice. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm still like infancy
Absolutely.
of this setting boundaries. So mine is quite rough, raw, I have to say. So that's why it's not so, smooth sometimes, a lot of struggle, I have to say. Because why it's difficult with setting boundary is back to your childhood, if you really think about it, right? So it is quite raw and it hurts you, even we are trying to heal ourselves when like whatever this circumstance, to setting the boundary, which leads you to go back to where you got hurt so much, right? Your fear of abandonment you say about, right? You want to always please. Why? And because you want to get validated, right? You don't want to lose person, right? Maybe that person gonna leave me if I say no, right?
Yeah.
Like when you're childhood like this, you say no to your friend. Okay, that's okay. I'm not gonna play with you. I'm gonna play with such, right?
Yes.
So it's quite a deep thing. It's setting boundaries, not just setting boundary. Actually, if you think about it,
Yeah.
you hurt and your trauma, everything is actually come from that. So that's why it's not so easy to do that.
Yes.
That's what, in my opinion. What do you think about that?
Oh, I absolutely agree. Setting boundaries is not, it doesn't come just, okay, say, oh, we watched live today. Natasha and Kelly said this, this, and this. Tomorrow we're going to set boundaries. No,
No.
it's not that simple. It takes practice. So you have to give yourself grace. You have to understand that, okay, it is hard, but I am going to start practicing it little by little. And as Jennifer mentioned, maybe practice with your friend, someone who understands you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you let that friend know that, hey, I'm trying to practice this and I want to practice with you. Is that okay? And I am sure your friend or your, maybe your sister, someone who understands you,
Yeah.
maybe start with them first. And I'll give you an example, like with my friend, and all my friends know. So they know that when I am doing my work or I'm studying, those times, they will message me. But if I don't reply, they know. So I've told them, they know that, okay, Natasha must be busy right now. That's why she hasn't replied. That's why she isn't picking up our call. And that's my boundary. So I will not pick up my call because I am focused in my studies. I am focused in doing my work. I am focused. So this is my time. I have set my boundary. In this time, this is what I do. And my friends, they know.
Yeah.
because I have spoken to them. So that's how I started practicing. I told them that, oh, listen, this is what I will be doing. So I will not pick up your call, but don't worry. It's not because I don't care, but I will call you when I have finished. And if I cannot call them the same day, I will send them a text. Oh, today I was busy. I'll call you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's how you build up that skill. You build up the habit. And then it's easier to go one step further. Then you build up with someone else. And then naturally you start saying no, but the no is with kindness because you started practicing with people who are kind and who are understanding with you.
Mm, mm. Yeah, you know what I'm actually learning from you today is that communication is a key, right?
Yes.
Because actually, if you really look back, why the reason that your boundary setting is difficult? Because actually, you didn't tell them like now, right? You use your friend. Actually, I'm practicing boundaries. Is that okay? But then maybe you feel embarrassed, or maybe you feel, oh, you don't want to share everything to other people, right? Lots of different reasons that actually you're not really communicating with them well.
Yes.
So they don't know, and I don't know, right? Then the issue comes up. That's what I'm picking up. Is that do you think, what do you think about it?
Absolutely. Communication is the key. And I will just tell you, I practiced boundary just before I came on Instagram.
Mm.
What I did was I text my husband because my kids are not keeping well today. So I know that sometimes my husband could be worried. So he's at work and sometimes he would call me. I didn't want him to call me during my live. So so I messaged him. I said, boys are okay. They're watching a movie. If you want to call me, I will be available after 5 p.m. Before that, I will be busy on my live. And he said, okay. As simple as normally, Kelly, what would have happened is I would be scared to tell him. He would call me, and if I don't pick up the call, there's miscommunication. He doesn't know what's going on. He would get worried. Oh my God, what happened? Kids are not well. Why is she not picking up? And that's when the argument would start, right?
Yeah.
But communication is very, very important. And that's when the other person understands and they are ready to accept the boundaries as well.
Yeah. Yeah. No, very, very good example. Thank you very much. So what I'm again picking up is that, okay, we're talking about our boundaries, but every single person also has their boundaries, right?
Yes.
That's the another point, right? So how do you respect other people's boundaries, Natasha?
Yes. It's important to know that just as I'm protecting my energy, the other person it's more like I see it this way. Just like I have my own values, I see that the other person has their own values and it's not the same as mine. So if they are honoring their values, I accept that and I respect that. And I always see like, okay, this person is doing X, Y, and Z now because they value something. And that's why. So for me, respect is the top value.
Yeah.
I will always respect everybody. But if it's someone else, their value could be different. So say, for example, if your value is fairness and you believe in being always fair to people, in that process, you might, stand up for yourself. You might say something to someone. In my eyes, that would be like, oh, Kelly has been disrespectful to that person, right? Because for me, I value respect. But for you, you were being fair and you stood up for yourself and you said something to the other person. So I need to respect that. I need to say that, wow, she is honoring her value. And I need to let you be you. I need to let you grow. So
Wow. This is powerful. It's you
yeah,
really open my eyes, like really, really powerful. That's so true. Because unless you really communicate closely with that person, you don't know what values that person has, right? Because that's the thing. Because you think, okay, like I said, fairness, for example, or be honest is a principal kind of value, but maybe the other person is maybe being smart, you know, how to do better business, let's say, right? And sometimes not always honest. Maybe,
yes,
in the sense, maybe some people are more like profit, more is important.
yes,
So we
yes,
all have a different priorities and the value,
you're right.
actually.
Yeah. So yes, and that's absolutely okay. Some people could value money, as you said,
Mm.
profit, money,
Mhm.
and that's okay. It's for that person.
Yeah.
So we need to honor that. Oh yes, okay, you value money. Absolutely okay for you. I value something else. So I will honor that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this way we respect each other's values.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I can see
Yeah.
that. So, what would you say that most important, like ingredient to set the healthy boundaries?
Most important thing to set a healthy boundary is, so I have this how you can remember. So to set up a healthy boundary, I have LLA.
LLA. Okay.
The first L is listen to yourself. Like you said, listen. If you're feeling frustrated, you're feeling resentment, you're feeling angry or sad, listen. What is going on? Ask yourself, why I'm feeling like this? What do I need right now? Then the second L is learn to say no. So first you listen to your emotions.
Yeah.
Second is learn to say no. As you said, it's a practice, it's a habit. And it is about saying no to a
Mhm.
lot of things. And remember, if you have to ask yourself, if I'm saying yes to this, what am I saying no to?
Exactly.
That's when you will get the answer. By saying yes to this, someone came to you with a request and you pause and then you think, if I'm going to say yes to this, what am I going to say no to?
Yeah.
If you are okay with that answer, go with the yes. If you're not okay, say no.
Mm.
And
So the mm,
the third is
A.
A. A is allow room for flexibility. Again, that is be kind with yourself. Remember, this is a journey, this is a process. Don't be too rigid. It's like, oh, I set a boundary and now I need to honor it. If I don't, if you say sometimes we set a boundary, but maybe sometimes we did not stick up to it. Be kind to yourself. It's not about being so rigid. It's not a military. Be kind and remember this is a journey, this is a process. So be flexible as well and keep practicing. Okay, today I did not do this, but next time, tomorrow, I will do it again. Practice, practice, practice.
Very
So
nice.
that's how I feel.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's so true. So the LLA, right? So listen to your emotion or your feeling, what you're feeling. And then
Yes.
another L is
Learn to say
learn
no,
to say no. And then A is allow yourself to be flexible.
flexible.
Flexible, yeah. Good, good to remember. So I hope audience can remember all this. And I think more
Yes,
people
I
are
hope
coming,
the
right?
audience are enjoying it.
I think
My
hi,
brother's on there. Hi,
Nixon,
Nixon,
hi, yeah, and
Pradeep,
Pradeep and
Sankalp,
Ado,
Nilesh.
Hitel, yeah, Sanka, yeah, thank you very much for coming. So,
Yes.
and the last things I want to actually ask, because we are talking about the boundary to other people, but what about the boundary to yourself?
Mm,
So, how do you set the healthy boundaries to yourself within you?
yes. That could be, okay, you give an example.
So, for me, it's like sometimes, like me. Oh, I have to tell you, this is something else. I have a lots of like child-like nature. So there's this assessment where is did I 93% child. So I'm so
Yeah.
creative. I'm very
Yeah.
arty, but lack of discipline in
Mm,
other sense. So I have to say no to lots of things. You know,
yes.
it's like you are dealing with child, right? Child want to do things now, here and now, right? I say, no, you have to think about consequences. So I have to say quite a lot of no, but then again, if
Kelly,
you,
one sec.
yeah,
My son's here.
yes,
He's trying to say something to me.
okay. So anyway, so audience, you are there. Yeah, so I'm just keep talking. I just want to know what you are taking away from this. Like, what are you learning, or do you want to say something about the boundaries? I want to hear from you because everybody goes through these boundary things, some way or other. So I just want to ask you if you have any experience or like some questions or what kind of boundary you're setting right now, for example. And Ronak, thank you very much for coming. Natasha, you all right?
Yes, yes. I think it's the delivery guy, and my son's like, someone's at the door.
Okay, that happens, of course. Yeah.
Yes.
So I was. Am I answering your question? What was again? Go back.
It was
How does
about
it?
boundary with ourselves, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So
More, yeah, being disciplined with ourselves.
yeah, yeah. So, but like I said, you said no, but again, like a child, you have to be kind as well, understanding, more compassionate as well. So when you say hard no, when you say it's okay, okay, you can do that, but condition. So
Yes.
yeah, that I don't know. I'm just like reflecting myself. Which boundary is more difficult?
While you're reflecting, what's coming to me is something around, for me, it's important to eat healthy and to do my physical, look after myself physically.
Yeah,
That can be very challenging at times
yeah. The weather
as
like
well.
this in UK, it's rain and
Yeah.
it's stormy every day. Yeah.
So in order to again, if I cannot go, I love going for a run.
Hmm.
But as we said, in the UK, the weather can be very tricky. So again, being kind, as you said, being kind to yourself. So for me, it's like, okay, if I cannot go for a run now, but I have this boundary for myself that I want to be disciplined with because I know that that's what it's going to give me, what it's giving to my body. I will come home and maybe I'll put something on YouTube. I'll put a workout. I'll do a workout at home. Or I will, and if that's not possible either, then again, I would sit and meditate because I feel that, again, that's looking after my body.
Yeah. Very good
So
point.
that's how I'm always looking for, I don't just reject it, but because that's a boundary I've set for myself, that's a discipline for me, I will make sure that I do something.
Wow, that's so amazing. And actually, I really like your flexibility, right? So maybe some people can say, oh, it's rainy outside. I cannot run today. So I'm going to do tomorrow. But instead, you are actually very flexible of the situations, but your boundary is very strong, right? Very set and strong. So you have to do something else, right? Be creative, right? Do you have a
Yeah.
workout on, you put the YouTube, or I really like that the shifting, even not just about the physical thing. When your mind is very peaceful, right? It's actually everything is good, right? That's why you say about the meditation. I think that's also amazing. What I actually learned from you today is that be flexible, and maybe you can list of the things. Okay, if you cannot do this number one, plan B, plan C, plan
Yeah.
D, and everything, that you won't have any excuse of your boundary. You're
Mm.
respecting yourself,
Yeah.
right? You're
Yes.
respecting yourself. Boundary is like respecting yourself, right?
Yes.
Mm,
And it goes to show that if you want other people to respect your boundaries, if you want to start practicing that, and you are expecting people to respect that, first respect your own boundaries. Respect yourself. When you respect yourself, people will respect you.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I can see that. Yeah, start within yourself. That you can feel it, right? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Audience are agreeing as well. We've got Ronak, we've got Aditya.
Aditya,
Thank you guys for
thank you very
joining
much
us.
for coming. Yeah, amazing.
So yeah, while we finish this live, Kelly,
Mm,
is there any tool?
mm,
I know we've spoken about a lot, but is there
mm,
any tool, any affirmation, or anything that you practice that you would like to share with our
mm,
audience so they can take
mm,
away that tool with them?
No, thank you, Natasha. Like I've been saying, that how you can set a boundary is start from yourself. So you respecting yourself. So you have to fill your own cup. So first, I definitely think like you like love yourself and self care. And for me, is I have a actually list of things that it's like a pampering kind of package. What
Ah,
what makes me happy and stuff like that, when I'm stressed and stuff like that. So I look that list and I do that. Like whether I singing, dancing, or have a long bath, maybe, yeah, that kind of thing, or going to nail, or going to Starbucks, yeah, chat with friends and stuff like that. That's one thing. And I would give it another one is, again, you say affirmation, because self love, self care is the most important thing to do. Is all boundary or anything, actually anything, whatever you want to do, that's the start. So I would say I really like to say aloud. So like I can start say I love myself, for example, like that. So I just really give everything to myself, like I am powerful and it's
mm,
okay. I don't feel okay. Like give it like permission to be feel whatever I feel, forgiveness, all these things like that. Um, yeah. So I usually do get up and I sit like a minimum 5 minutes, but I do like 15 minutes of kind of like affirmation with myself. Sometimes I can hug like this. Yeah. Then
mm.
this is also I
I like
learned
that.
from the I think Dr. Gabo Mate. I think, yeah, he's when
Yeah.
you're traumatized, because I think everybody say, oh, I didn't have that childhood. Somewhere or other, everybody at some degree they are traumatized emotionally, right?
Mm,
And so you are adult, you don't feel like, you shouldn't feel like that, especially like men think that, but it's not. You know, we once a baby, we once were child, right? So we felt like abandonment, we felt unfair treatment in some way or other. So it's give it back again. So just, just hold yourself like this. I am okay. I am safe. I'm
Yes.
doing well, right? I mean, if you think about it, I think we expect so much of ourselves, a lot, demanding so much
Mm.
because it's like a fast pace of the world like that, right? But hey, did you celebrate your achievement? You know? So this is, I think, very important. Actually, you have to say to yourself, you're doing very well. You done these things today, you done these things, any small thing. So that's how I start in the morning. So I just want
Wow.
to share with you. How about you?
Wow, I love that. I so love that practice to give yourself the love and to give yourself that safety, that protection, that care. Wow, thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us, Kelly.
Yeah, I want to hear
Yeah.
yours. Yeah, your tips.
Yes. To me, it's constantly, I always remind myself of if I'm going to say yes to this, what am I going to say no to? And assess that situation. A lot of times it's about the value as well. What value? So, say for example, anything I'm doing, and if somebody requests something from me, they want me to do, or my friend said, "Oh, can we go out for coffee?" But at this so and so time, but I know that this time I promised my children to take them out for shopping or whatever.
Mm.
I always remind myself, what value am I honoring right now? And then I know that, okay, right now I'm honoring the value of family. And it's easy then for me to say no to that person.
Mm.
Because I know in my heart, I know what am I saying, what am I honoring, what value.
Mm.
For me, it's important.
Yeah.
I promised my children, I'm honoring that value of family. And it's so easy then for me, it's comfortable. It's very comfortable then to say, oh, I cannot do this right now because in my mind, I already know what I'm honoring. So it's easy for me to say no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very good tip. Yeah. Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
That's very nice practice. Yeah, true. You have to evaluate, and you know that this is more important, like a priority, right? This is more important. Then you are easy to say no to other things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for
So
sharing
I
that.
hope everyone, this was useful to everyone who is watching, who's watched us. And yes, if you have missed anything, this will, I do upload all my Instagram lives on on my YouTube channel,
Mm.
which is again natashajesus.coach. So if anyone has missed the whole live, they want to go back, watch it, please subscribe, follow me on YouTube, and you will be able to watch all these lives again on YouTube. And again, come back on our page, and it will be available on our page as well.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, Shelly, thank you so much. This was wonderful. Wow, thank you with a heart. Thank you. And
Oh, thank you,
also,
Shelley.
Sham, BK as well. Thank you very much for coming. And everyone here, amazing to see you, everyone. Yeah.
Thank you for doing this with me, Kelly. I really enjoyed this.
So me too. I love it. Thank you so much. This is our second time, right, together. So yeah, and
uh,
also this video gonna be on my account as well. So I think,
I'm going to send
yeah,
it straight away.
yeah. So I think everybody, if you can follow Natasha and me, and then we are all connected again. Thank you, Nazaresh.
Oh,
Thank you
thank
for
you,
your
Nazareth.
sharing. It was amazing. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, we are so glad. Thank you. So honored. So
Uh,
honored. All right.
okay, Kelly. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Thank
See you guys
you.
soon.
See you soon. Have a nice.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.